What is good, Toy Fam? How you doing? What's going on? What you saying? It is Project Piper Customs back with another review. Didn't take as long, did it? Took a while for this to get here, tell me. Right, we have today the Medicom MAFEX Kingsman Secret Service Gary Eggsy Unwin figure.
That is sick.
Anyway, let's crack this bad boy open and see what he is saying. Bow. Welcome back, guys. Welcome to my channel, and here he is. This is Eggsy fresh out the box, and this is MAFEX's offering from the Kingsman line. So I have had a little mess around with him already. I will give you my final thoughts at the end of the video. But first, I want to run down what he can do and what he comes with. So let's start off by having a look at the deco. Suit seems to be pretty nicely sculpted, all pretty clean. The suit is a rubber material. On the jacket itself, it's all one piece. There's a couple of slits here at the back, I guess to aid in leg articulation when it moves out of the way. The jacket and shirt and tie are all one piece. Okay, so that looks okay. Now let's move on to the head, if you can see that there. Sculpt looks pretty decent. It's got something sort of a resemblance to Taron Egerton, the actor who plays Eggsy. And yeah, right. So let's get closer to the paintwork. Now here, unfortunately, I do have some gripes. There are a few issues with this figure. Okay. It's not perfect, and I have seen on a couple of other posts people who have had the same sort of issue. So it's a quality control issue from MAFEX. Now, as a company, MAFEX has been hit and miss. Very much more often than not misses rather than hits. But as of late, they have been having some hits rather than misses. Majority of the stuff that got pumped out from the company has been pretty much banging in terms of their head sculpts being vastly improved, not just from the prototype but the finished result and what we get in the box. And looks like on this one, unfortunately, is a little bit of a step back, and I'll show you why. So right at the gate, if my lights will permit me, if you can see there, you notice all those tiny little dots? Get better light on him. Let's angle one of mine down. Excuse me, I've still got a cold. If you can see all those tiny little paint dots all across his face. You see that? Yeah, that's from the printed. It's when they laser print on the likeness and the paint, and that is actually really predominant. You can not, it's hard to tell here in camera, but in hand it's really obvious. You can really see it, especially on the forehead. If I bring it in close, you might be able to see it on the forehead. I'll get a bit of focus going. Yeah, just across here, which is a really unfortunate thing. Now, another QC issue which I've seen, it's not huge, it happens to a lot of toy companies. You can see there's a little scuff of paint on the collar there. The glasses seem to be okay. There is actual lenses in them. Hair, it's basic paint on the hair. It's sculpted nicely, but there's not much shading going on paint wise, just all one colour. There's no dry brushing, there's no washes to really bring out the different layers of his colour, of his sculpt, or anything like that. It's pretty basic, which is fine. But one of the other issues I do have, and you can see it there, you see where the glasses meet the head? You can see with the rest of the arm, they've just literally painted it across the hair. And it's the same on the other side. Yeah, that's not good. That really isn't. It really is, looks awful, to be honest. You know, there are plenty of other figures out there with glasses that do have the full arm wrapped behind the head. So why they went this route, I have no idea. but it doesn't blend well at all. Not whatsoever. Other than that, the paint job seems to be fairly okay. You know, there's all nice, neat, clean lines on the suit. Not much detail going on with the face. Let me get a bit of focus in. And a little bit of shading on the lips and the eyes, but that's pretty much it. Going on to accessories. This is what it has in the packaging. You can see we've got the SCAR assault rifle, pistol, alternate head, various alternate hands, and 2 alternative feet. Let's have a look at these first. Now these, let's set that down there, are the feet with foot blades in them. There's 1 for each, so there's 2. Let's get this one out. Okay. And these are a soft rubber. They've got a little bit of strength to them, but I wouldn't go mental, otherwise they could probably easily break over time. But they're not sharp, you know, so it's not like solid plastic. A nice sculpt on the shoe there. And there's obviously 1 for each side. Okay, so there's those. It looks like with the hands, there's pretty much 1 for each left and right. Different variations: open hand, semi-gripping hand, trigger fingers. I believe there's only 1 trigger finger hand for the right side. For my right, your left there. But yeah, so there's 2 trigger fingers for this hand, I'm assuming. So got 1 that can hold the pistol, 1 that can hold the assault rifle. Oh, going over accessory. This thing, get it out. Yeah. Okay. So this is one of the kick-ass chick from the first movie. This is one of her bladed legs. Okay. Now, it looked wicked in the movie. She was an absolute badass. But this, in his hands, where is he? This in his hands was for like 2 minutes of the movie. Why they're giving this accessory that was used for 2 minutes right at the end of the film for, I don't know. When he could have easily been given an umbrella. Okay, now maybe we're going to get an umbrella with Harry. Now Harry's another one that's dropping from the Kingsman line. Colin Firth's character. I think he's been given an umbrella, if I can remember correctly. But why they didn't give him one, I don't know. Instead we got this. Oof. So even though it looks nice, you know, really well sculpted, nice paint, pointless accessory.
Shut up.
Anyway, moving on. Let's have a look at the assault rifle. Looks to be the same mould of the assault rifle that the Nightmare Batman figure from MAFEX, the one with the Joker card on the side, seems to be the same mould, make and model of gun, which is the SCAR L, I believe. Not bad paint. A little bit sloppy here. Overall, nice accessory. We'll try it, we'll see if he holds it well soon. And let's have a look at the pistol. Not bad sculpt there. Nothing really going on paint wise. But yeah, seems to be quite nice mould. So I'm sure he'll hold that well. Let's try him with a trigger finger hand. So let's go for this one. Okay. Moving on to articulation after this, I will say these, as most MAFEX figures, the hands can just slide off. Okay, slide off the ball peg. Let's put the hand in the gun first. Okay, that slips in quite nice. Trigger fingers in. There we are. Okay, cool. And he holds it quite well. Very nice. Okay, not bad. So, moving on. Just getting back onto that hand. Okay, so a fair amount of accessories, apart from that one pointless one. Now, let's take a look at this alternative head. Now, they've gone for the more casual look here, with the slick down Superman style curl at the front. Again, not much paint going on. There's a little bit of detail in the paint there, made it a little bit darker slightly. But as you can see, as I bring the head closer, there's all those spots, as I mentioned before. So you can really see it on this one. Okay, that's what the printing is like on these faces. It's not brilliant, you know. With some lighting on your toy photography and ACBA shots, you might be able to hide this, but it's going to be very difficult. Now, going along that, the glasses even look broken here in the middle, and it's just really badly molded. As you can see, there's like some extra paint or excess plastic here on the frame. And they're wonky, they're to one side. No idea what MAFEX was doing with this one, but also at the same time you still have this mess where the arm is just painted on. You know, it stops here before the ear and it's just painted on both sides. That's even, look at that. That's terrible. It doesn't even meet. So unfortunately that's a really bad quality control issue there. No idea if this is for everyone's. Let me know if you pick up this figure, if you have the same issue as me in the comments below. But yeah, let's just see how he looks on the figure itself. Right, so we're going to pop this one off. It should be just straightforward. Yep, it's a dumbbell peg here. So you've got a ball at the end, so it articulates at the neck, and a ball at the top. Pretty standard. And this one, there goes the peg hole. So it should just pop on. He says. There we go, there he is on. So, still prefer the first head, I will be honest. I doubt I'll use this one at all, considering this one actually has a better likeness to Taron Egerton than this one does. It's got a little smirk going on, but it really takes away from the likeness. But just wanted to show you that's what it looks like with the alternative head on. Okay, now it actually looks like a human being again. There you are, there you are. Handsome devil you. Right, let's start with the articulation. I kindly sort of touched upon it when I was doing the alternative heads. But here at the neck, he has a dumbbell double ball peg. Here, one goes into the neck, one goes into the head. The neck itself moves as well as the head, so he's got a good range of motion. So that's how far up he can look. And with it all the way down, including the neck, he can look quite far down. It's got good range there. Bring him back up. You can turn left, or left and right, and he has some tilt, and he's got the full range. Oh, loosen up, bruv. Loosen up. Yeah, boy. Okay. Moving down to the arms. Standard MAFEX has a drop down, which can bring it all the way up. And as we do, because the jacket mold flares out to one side, you do a 360, it can do, but it will stick out like that. Bring them all the way around, shove the shoulder back in. There's a double joint at the elbow, which gives you that really well, brings it all the way in, so he can grab his own boob. The sculpt on the joint itself matches the sculpt of the arm, which is good, helps blend it in. Not too much gappage, should be okay. And it's the same for the other side, as you can see there. Okay, so range of motion. Now there is a ball peg in the torso, but with the jacket being one piece, you're very, very limited with ab crunch. In fact, there's pretty much barely any at all that you can get out of it. Let's try and get as much what we can. That's about as far forward he will go. Okay, and that's about as far back as he will go. He's not even leaning back at this point. So unfortunately, you're very limited. He can move side to side. So he has got some angle to him, and there is a swivel at the waist. So it's not bad, but with ab crunch, it's pretty much not there because you're completely hindered by the jacket. Now moving on to the legs, if I just fold this back, we can get a good look at what's going on under here. Hello mate. Sorry, I won't be long. Again, legs operate on the drop down. They can come this far forward, which ain't bad. It's a bit like Basil 40 from 40 Towers. Don't mention the war. Okay. I love that show. And here we go, it can, with the drop down, can come up about that far with a bit of a waist twist. This is what the slit in the jacket allows you for some give. So it can move out the way slightly. So you can get him into a badass kick. Try and get him into a badass kick. Yeah. Which will work well. So it goes out pretty far. Now, for both, it's got a pretty good Van Damme split going on. That ain't too bad at all. Double joint at the knee, again, with a little bit of the sculpt work going into the joint to help blend it, which is good. It can come up that far. Nice. Okay, here I do have a gripe, unfortunately. The feet. Now, where the feet can slide off on a peg, so we can put the alternative foot on. Okay, this is actually for the wrong foot, I believe. So let's pop this one back on. I'll go over the articulation shortly. So it's this foot, slide that off. And the other one, as you can see, there's the hole just in there. And let's get him in. It's a pain to get in. Yeah, it's quite a tight fit. There we are, we got him in. Okay, so that's what it looks like with the bladed foot. Okay, and with some stabby action, bush, bush. Okay, so we'll leave that on. Actually, no, I will take that off. Don't want to bend this around too much. So, pretty easy, slide on, slide off. Although it had to be difficult for me on camera. Right, now my gripes with the foot articulation is the cuff of the trousers here. It hinders motion slightly. So you have slight ankle pivot. Okay, not huge amounts, a slight one. Right, it's very difficult for, you know, that's as far as up as he will go. The foot will go, unfortunately, because it's hindered by the cuff. And going down, you get to about there before the foot just wants to slide off. Okay, because again, you're hindered by the cuff at the back. You can get about that much. It does have toe articulation, which is nice, but, you know, constantly using it, it will loosen up, as most articulation does. So that's my gripe with the foot, unfortunately, is you're limited with the range of motion for posing. You can make it work, but it will just take a little bit of finagling. Okay, final thoughts on Eggsy. Is he good or is he bad? It's okay. It's half and half for me. It's 50-50. It's not MAFEX's best by any stretch of the imagination. It really isn't. It's okay in places, but has some major QC issues, which obviously majority of which are in the head. It's got good articulation for the most part, apart from, you know, a downside being a limited ab crunch, and of course the hindrance on the feet. I would have liked to have had more posability with those, but what can you do? Other than that, it's got a good fair amount of different interchangeable hands, which is great for different scenes you want to shoot or for different display posing options. But yeah, overall it's an okay figure, not the best at all. Hoping that Harry, which is the next Kingsman figure to drop from the line, hoping he fares a little bit better, but not holding my breath. I should be getting him, I think it gets released at the end of January. I've got my pre-order in, and no doubt for me, I probably won't get it until like mid-February, which took ages for this guy to arrive. So that's what happens here in the UK, but it is what it is, unfortunately. So would I recommend buying it? At the price I paid, I'm going to have to go with no. For a suited body, it's nice, but there are much better suited bodies out there if you're just looking for a suited body for your display or for your toy photography in that stretch. But if you can find a good deal on him, on the line or in one of the Facebook groups, possibly, if someone's selling them and he's offering him for a good deal, I'd pick him up there. But regular retail price, no, unfortunately I would not recommend him at all, I'm afraid. But yeah, it's just a shame. I was expecting a lot more, hoping for a lot more, and I have to make do with what we got. But anyway, that will do it for my review, guys. Hopefully it was informative enough. Let me know in the comments below what you think. There'll be more coming from me soon. There comes his foot. Yeah, it's a new page. I'm still deciding on what other content I want to fill it with. But for now, since I had those two products come in, the Iron Man gantry and this, I thought, why not? You know, new year, new me. But we're branching out a bit more. Anyway, in terms of improvements, I am looking to jazz up my setup a little bit better. This is where I shoot all my pictures, in this alcove. It's a lot bigger than what I've got on camera, but yeah, so this space is now going to be for YouTube reviews as well, or any YouTube content. Yeah, so I'm going to make it a little bit nicer rather than just black tissue paper. But anyway, onwards and upwards. I do have some social medias. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram at Project Piper Customs. That's where I post a lot of my toy photography and custom work on there. And yeah, I'll be doing a shot with this dude. I'll be getting a toy photography shot in, and I'll probably stick it at the end of the video, but it'll be on my Instagram, it'll be on Facebook, and if you remember the ACBA groups on Facebook, I'll be dropping it on there soon as well. But that'll be it for now, guys. Remember, hugs not drugs, and until next time, cheers.